Hello class, it's me, Professor Baltras, Prof B. Happy week 6. By the way, I'm down here in the corner. So this week I just wanted to build in a little tutorial because we have some calculations we need to learn, both in general and as far as this next homework assignment goes. So here are our learning objectives for the week. I'll let you read about what a point estimate is and why we need one. Basically, it's talking about point estimates we would find in confidence intervals for a mean, when there's a standard deviation of the population known, unknown, confidence interval for a proportion, and if we're going to determine or calculate any sample sizes to estimate a population mean. So to make your life easier, what I did is I made a little Excel workbook here, and this will be linked below this video. And there's a few worksheets in here. Basically, they're calculators, or all you have to do is plug in the numbers for a confidence interval for when you know the population standard deviation. You don't know it for a proportion, for sample size, and I also included the data file for the last few problems in the homework assignment. So the homework assignment, so you know, is under My Tools, and it's under Quizzes. Just so you know, it's not a quiz, it's just the format uses the quiz format. You click on Quizzes, and when that opens up, you see Homework 3. You click that, and, well, it's not going to look like that because I'm in edit mode, but if you were to take the quiz, I believe if I go like this, preview it, it'll look like this, and I'll say start the quiz. You start the quiz and it brings you to the first set of problems. So what I did on here is I put 3 attempts on here. Technically there's only supposed to be 1, so that's our little secret. And what I did that for 2 reasons. One, you can go through and look through all the questions first and burn an attempt so you know what you're getting into. If you want to take some screenshots, go ahead, I don't give a crap. But be judicious with your other 2 attempts. So if you want to go through and answer the questions once, don't like your score, you're afforded a third and final opportunity, and the highest score is what's recorded automatically in the gradebook. Okay? So a lot of these questions that are on the homework can be answered using the calculators here. So in this particular example, I put in some data here that kind of looks like some of the data in the homework, and you just punch in your numbers here. It automatically calculates the mean and the standard deviation. It drops it in this turquoise table, automatically does the calculations, especially for the t-value, pay note to that. This interval half width, which is actually the margin of error, okay, and then this is your confidence interval down here. There's always a lower limit and an upper limit. So basically what does that mean? It means that you can be confident 95 times out of 100 that your population mean is going to fall between these 2 values depending on whatever data you have here. Okay, same thing for proportion. The interpretation is going to fall between these 2 values. That is the population proportion based on the sample data, and the proportion is, you know, here's the total sample size, here's the number of successes. It calculates the proportion, does the table lookup, boom, and does the calculations for you. It doesn't get easier than that, right? Sample size, I included that in here because based on the learning objectives, but I didn't think there was many questions on it, so I don't think you need to worry about that right now. Now the Weight Watchers questions, here's the data for it. Basically, it's a pre and post test design. Really easy to do using the data analysis tool pack when you need to calculate the figures it's asking for. So you would just go to data analysis, t-test paired 2 sample for the means, click OK. Variable 1 is going to be the after, okay, because that's the first number. Variable 2 is going to be the before. The hypothesized mean difference is going to be 0 because we don't have any hypotheses built in yet. It says one is higher than the other by any amount. And then you can check the labels because I included the before and after. And the output range, I'm going to put it right here. You just click OK. And then you get this output that looks like this. So what you need to pay attention to in the output is the t-statistic, okay? Here we see that the after scores are less than before scores. Okay, so that's good. People lost weight. However, given this model, it's a deficit model, your t-stat is going to become negative, so just pay note of that. Okay, and then this is a one-tailed test, and so we want to look at the critical value. And one thing you got to know here is that when you see this E, okay, that means exponents, and you actually have to, sorry, if you want to know what that looks like exponentially, is change the decimal points on it. So as you go to number and change the decimal point, you can, it's got to be 7 or greater. I'll go to 8, and you'll see that it is statistically significant because it's less than 0.05 by quite a bit. Okay, that's the rule. In this case, we're doing p-value of 0.05. So some people will look at, tell you compare the t-values. If one is less than the other, I always look at the probabilities. Okay. Okay, so that is it, folks. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I think there's enough here between the calculators, this tutorial video, and the number of attempts for you to rock this next homework assignment. Okay, let's have a great week.